Hi,
Right.
Bernice. Welcome to Aux in Spain. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Yeah, it's a Thursday, so it's the end of my week. Other people have Mondays off, but mine is Fridays, so I'm good.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, my off day is actually Monday, which I don't mind, surprisingly. So, yeah.
I've had that too, and I worked with it. Yeah, I was also okay with that.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us here at Aux in Spain, and let's just dive right in. So, tell us about you. Where are you from, and why did you decide to become an Aux in Spain?
Okay, so I'm originally from Metro Manila, Philippines. And I was a teacher back home in a small alternative school just outside the capital. And I'd been a teacher for 7 years prior to coming here. And I have always just been interested in like history, culture, and I had always wanted to learn about Spanish and Latin American culture and history and the language because the Philippines was a colony of Spain. So I was curious. And for teachers, I did corporate for a long time as well. And I had always wanted the opportunity to work abroad, but there wasn't anything for me. And there's even less as a teacher. So when I heard about this, I was like, oh my God, this is for me. And so I applied.
That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, it's great, especially if you are a teacher already. I mean, it's great for people who don't have teaching experience, but also a good transition into another country. Because I'm also a teacher back in the US. And
Oh,
so, like, this program is great for me too. And so, talk to us a little bit about how you applied to become an Aux in Spain, because I know it's a little bit different for you.
okay. Um, as far as I understand, for the Philippines, Asia, like Singapore and Australia, we don't have a program that we apply to. There's no NALCAP, there's no British Council. For the Philippines, we just applied directly to the consulate. We are given an interview schedule, and I think it's just for someone to check if, like, okay, do they speak English at a decent level? And then we're told, okay, in January or February, you can apply on Profix. Um, and that was it. After that, get your papers ready for the visa application after you receive your carta de nombramiento. And that was it. I mean, that was a long process, but those were the steps.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. And then when you got here to Spain, did you receive support from any place, like in terms of apartment hunting or visas or anything? I'm just curious. Or
Oh,
residency card, like where did you find out all of
oh.
that information?
Does anyone receive that? I would like to know. We didn't. We just had each other. There is a Filipino Facebook group for Oxus or our group chats, and that's where we got all the help we needed by asking each other.
Awesome. Oh, that's great. You have that community support. Facebook groups are great for that. So, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
super.
And talk to us about where you are now and what you're doing now in Spain.
Okay, so this is my third year. For Filipinos, we only get a max of 3 years. It's actually just been changed now to two. I'm currently in Alcala de Henares, it's just outside Madrid. I'm doing a master's as well with Teach and Learn under Instituto Franklin. I was about to say Cervantes. Um, so I'm based in a high school here as well. So I don't have a long commute um, to be an Ox. And yeah, in my school this year, I really just do English. In previous years, I've really been in different subjects, science, art, economics. But this year's really just been English and a couple of PE.
And how's the master's program going?
Um, it's going okay, despite being a teacher. Okay, my program is the master's in teaching. There are, I think, 7 other programs. I just wanted the one in teaching. Despite being a teacher already, and there are some others like me who were teachers, we're learning. I'm learning some things. There's always something new. The workload is not, well, I don't know. I think the workload in Asia might just really be very high. So I think the workload is quite reasonable in terms of like, okay, these are readings, this is the homework. There is a lot of group work, a lot of practical applied things immediately in the classroom, and I really appreciate that. So it's not like, I would say on average, it's roughly half theoretical, half applied, maybe even leaning slightly more towards applied.
That's really
So
awesome. That's not a
yeah,
small
so
thing,
my
actually.
experience, yeah. So I'm happy with it.
Yeah. So maybe good for people who are really interested in learning a lot more about teaching. Yeah. And
I would
staying in
say I
Spain.
don't know how it's going for the other programs, but for mine, which was Master in Teaching, I'm satisfied.
Oh, awesome. Good to know. And I know we were talking before a little bit about being older oxes. We're both older oxes. So do you want to share a little bit about what your experience has been like?
Um, okay. Well, I chose to become an ox at 36 because I just wanted an adventure. I just wanted, yeah, it was when I came, it was the first time I had lived outside my country. It was completely different. I don't have any relatives. I didn't know anyone in Spain prior to arriving. Um, it was also a bit of a break from teaching full time. So I was like, okay, I gotta do what I know I can do. Um, but I just relished the idea of an independent life, traveling solo, arranging things. Granted, that is not to say it has been completely easy. Um, I've had to, you have to build another friend group. Um, in terms of finances, there are certain things like, of course, I wanted to just travel very frequently, but I think after the first year, um, I just had to be more conscious of like, okay, by now I've used up some savings and I don't have my extra online job anymore. I can't travel in every puente, but that's okay because I really did try to make an effort to okay, one of the reasons I applied to Andalusia was because I knew that I would be further away from people I might know who would have applied to Madrid, which is not to criticize anyone's choice in Madrid, but I knew that it would keep me in my comfort zone. So when I was in Andalusia, um, I met, I had friends who were Oxes, I had friends who were Spaniards who knew no English, and I made friends who were also expats and weren't Oxes. So I really feel like I've grown. Um, the novelty was very high in the first year, and there have been challenges. Um, like you feel the challenges more after the first year, but definitely I've grown in terms of, I guess, getting a sense of what I can do, what I enjoy, and just sticking through discomfort, which really isn't that nice, but um, I've grown.
Yeah, I mean, I think you said it so wonderfully. Like my first few years in Spain, the first year, like you said, was kind of like a little bit more of a breeze because it's like the newness and you're traveling and all the things. But then by my second year, I started questioning everything. I was like, what do I do next? What am I still doing here? Where do I go? Like, yeah, so yeah, you explained the journey very, very well. I think it's definitely, yeah, a part of being here for multiple years. And yeah, it's just so much growth. I mean, that's my favorite thing about living abroad is just how much you grow. And it's so important to be uncomfortable sometimes, right?
That's true. It's just not fun living through it,
No.
but I can see what has come from it.
Yeah. So my last question for you is what is your favorite thing about living and teaching in Spain?
Wow. That's a challenging question because I think there are answers in lots of different aspects. But okay, I guess just coming from Metro Manila, I being in Spain affords me an independent life. Like, yes, the stipend is just at minimum wage for Spain, but here I don't need a car. I can get around wherever I need to on public transportation. To buy things I need, I don't need to take a drive out to the mall. I can go downstairs and either walk or bike to the the fruteria or the papeleria or the grocery or the hardware store. So even if I don't earn even if I don't earn a lot, um, I've never been hungry and I've always had a place to live and it's comfortable. So I'm really grateful for that. And apparently I know how to cook and it tastes it tastes good. Most times they're not. So yeah, I'm happy about that. That's really more about me though. In terms of Spain, um, the friends that I have made that I'm still in touch with from my first year, I think those are still my fondest memories about being here, the connections I've made.
Yeah. I mean, that's beautiful. Both answers, right? Because I feel like partially being in Spain is what allows you to feel a certain way as well, So, yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it so much. And it was very lovely to meet you.
It was lovely to meet you too.
Okay.
Another older ox.
Yes.
We seem kind of rare, but maybe we're just under the radar.
We're here. We exist.
Yeah, we're here.
All right, Bernice, take care.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye.